I think we're good.
We are.
All right. If this somehow falls down, I will go back and rescue it again. It's not for the first time.
You have to.
I know. Excited?
I am.
Okay.
I am. First week down.
First week down.
First
All right.
week down.
We're going to talk a little bit about that. Hey, hi everybody. Thank you for watching Coffee with Kyan. Today's episode, and happy Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah,
Really?
That's right.
I know.
I'm going out with my friends tonight.
You are?
Yes, I am.
Hopefully Mexican food.
Yeah, of course.
We're talking about doing Mexican food tonight, but a few people already got plans for tonight. So yeah, and we had quite a busy week.
We did.
Yeah.
But a productive week.
Productive week. So as our organization grows as well, I'm gradually growing our team, and then immediately now my team.
Yes.
I would like to present you my lovely talent acquisition coordinator, Melissa.
Yes. Hi. How are you?
Melissa,
Every
tell us.
Facebook world.
And YouTube.
And YouTube too. So a little bit about myself.
Yes, please.
Okay. So my name is Melissa Howard. I don't surprisingly come from a staffing background. However, I was familiar with the staffing market and just what they do, and temp agencies and things like that, and how they hire out workers. But one thing that I did notice about that staffing industry is that it's a very dog-eat-dog world. There's a lot of people competing against each other. A lot of people that is, oh, this is my market, I'm going to steal this from you, and you can't have this and you can't have that. And it's completely different here. It is completely different here. And I've never seen such a supportive environment like the one IT Works has. And I've never seen such an encouraging, beyond encouraging place as well. And I mean, do you see the pool table in the background? Like, what can get better than that?
It's also a ping pong table. I think most of you already know that.
It's a ping pong table.
Think
too.
about come again and watch this. It's funny because most people talk about staffing agency because obviously you have been on the candidate side, being placed from places to places in probably more than one industry actually.
Yeah, I have.
And then it's funny that I was watching your facial expression as you talk. Melissa is a very passionate individual. But it's funny that when we talk about staffing agency, you can tell that everybody started doing like this. It's a dog-eating dog world, and then the environment is very cutthroat. It's funny that people have that. Most recruiters don't have a good name, especially in the U.S.
Right.
Yeah. What do you think that is?
I think a lot of recruiters don't have a good name in the U.S. because it's an industry where it's very easy to be dishonest. It's very easy to work around. It's very easy to work around a particular field just because they want to see gross profit margin, and they want to get to their ultimate goal. And a lot of times you have a lot of staffing agencies that tell the employees, if you're not making this quota by X amount of time, you're done. Or and they constantly, like, if you don't meet your quota, let's say 2 quarters in a row, a lot of times people get fired. And so they have to make up for that lack of company support and that lack of just really in that encouragement from their staff and from their placements there. So it's just, I think that's extremely why, for lack of a better word, that's why it's dog eat dog. I'm for myself because they're all trying to reach a certain quota, and they're all trying to feed their family. But it creates a dishonest environment when they're doing it to cutthroat everyone else in their own company. Yeah,
a lot of people think that recruiters are greedy.
Yep.
Recruiters are liars. And then they hear after your money, and if you can't make the money, you are, you're not important. You're just a number.
Right.
And I think that how that translates into looking at us potentially standing behind a team of leadership members, and then employers.
Right.
And then it's hard how we not let our employees thinking that they're just one number. They're just I'm the number 13th hire, I'm number 327th hire, I'm number 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Some people have an employee ID for that regard, not just demeaning what that really stands for, but really when we're treated as an individual, I think that speaks a lot.
Yeah, and even down to upper management. And speaking on the culture here, upper management is I can't even begin to tell you how fascinating they are. And when people are making deals, they're giving hugs and they're being very, very just encouraging again. And I know I'm saying that word a lot, but it's because I strongly believe in that. And I stand by that, and I'm the type of person. I'm from New York. I'm a hard hitter. I tell it like it is. My friends that know me, I'm making my journey back to Facebook. So hi everyone that hasn't seen me for some time.
Nice meeting you all. Please help us like and share and comment how she does.
Like, share, comment, all of the above. Even if
trash talks are fine.
Yeah, watch it. You know how I can get. But I tell it like it is. And if it's something that I didn't believe in, you wouldn't see me here. You wouldn't see me as an employee here at this company. And you wouldn't hear me saying the words out of my mouth. You wouldn't. And yeah, it's very, 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 very great.
Cool. So Melissa, I'm gonna have you look at things in a different point of view.
Yep.
Now today's your towards the end of first week, right? Before we get to our beer o'clock. So what has your observation been since your initial hiring process, onboarding process, to now starting actually seeing things in motion?
So the training is superb. I mean, this guy right here, he does a phenomenal job in just making sure you're acclimated into your industry and you're acclimated into the overall process of not only building your personal brand, but making sure that in your field and in your expertise and in your market, you are truly going to be the best that you can be. You are truly going to not only own your own personal brand and your market, but you're also going to have that mentorship level. There's the different team leads and the mentors that kind of help out, not kind of, they do, and they sit there and support you, and they're plugging in onto the phone calls and helping you out, and it's just, I've seen that, and just seeing the support, and even me interviewing the individual people here at the office, that's another thing that they've been so open to and receptive to, and vulnerable and honest with themselves, and that's always great. And yeah, I appreciate it, because they don't have to be. They don't have to be that person that can take time out of their schedules while they're making deals to stop for a little old new employee. But they do, and they're intentional about it, and then they follow up, and that's great. It's great.
So what are it's funny as you are interviewing every individual here now, what have been some of the feedback or some of the comments or some of the reactions? I think the emotional piece I'm mostly curious about what people are saying.
And I pump my fist because they're so honest. And what I mean by that is they're telling you, they say, hey, this is what's going on, this is what's happening. And a couple of comments, people, were here for 18 months and being able to pay off their student debt, being able to pay off all of their credit card debt, people buying, new homes. And I spoke to an employee here and a team member here, rather, because we're not just treated like employees. I spoke to a team member here, and the team member was saying how she had a checklist of all those things and her personal goals that she wanted to do. She said, okay, well, I got my house, check. I redecorated my house, check. I got my car, check. I paid off this loan, check. No more student loan debt, check. And to be able to, and that is inspiring. That is motivating. It's definitely something where I constantly, after getting off the phone calls with these people, with everyone here, after getting off the phone calls, it was, oh, so why would anyone not want to come work for this company? I was listening with that perspective, but and the honesty comes in where it's like, look, it was hard for me in the beginning. It was hard. Like, some people didn't make their first deals until a few months in, but they were saying that even that process, the support that they've received is what led them to continue to stay here and to continue to keep persevering in, because this is a market where inevitably, even with our niche IT focus, you can get let down, and you will get let down, and that's the focus. Because if you don't, our CEO Gary had stated, if you're not going to get let down, if you're not going to fail, how would you know what it is to succeed? And he hit it on the money with that. So
okay,
yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah.
It's really funny that because I normally tell people that in the most staffing world nowadays is your first year is going to suck. Your second year is when you start building your momentum,
right.
And your third year is when you start seeing things that happening and then getting the financial rewards. For us, actually, it's actually it can estimate fairly quickly if you buy into the process right away from the get-go. But also, this is not for everybody.
Right. It's not. It's not for everybody. It's not for the weak-hearted. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not for those people that say. Right. It's not. It's not for the people that don't want to work for their brand and don't want to work for their business. Mm-hmm. You are essentially creating your business here, mm-hmm. and you determine. It's like one of the things that you consistently say is that you determine how much money you want to make, mm-hmm. Going into this field and going into this market. In general, and just even specifically with the niche IT, you determine what are your personal goals, what are your professional goals at the end of the day, at the end of the week, what number do you want to hit, what target do you want to hit, mm-hmm. and that's something that you have to put in that time. You have to take that time after work. Yeah, it's definitely, you have to put in that time, mm-hmm. and if you're passionate and have that entrepreneur spirit and you're willing to not take a no, but not forcing your way into a yes or being dishonest. Having ethics is important in this industry, because if you go to a client and a client can trust your word and trust who you are, that's ultimately something that's going to be a relationship that's built for the long haul.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that ties back into, we're looking at it right now, our company values into our 5 C's, all the way from commitment to collaboration, and doing it consistently and then continuously in order to gain that specific credibility. And that goes back into our personal brand. It's funny that because we have several conversations so far today talking about we're not having on the talent acquisition side, putting our talent acquisition side hats on. Is not talking about a job versus a career conversation. Right. This is a lifestyle change, doing what we do, doing the entire full 360. And then, what is a full 360?
Yeah, a full 360 cycle means that you are in charge of everything from the business development side all the way to the recruitment. So you're calling those companies, you're making those, seeking out them, and whether they have those vacancies, and even if they don't, further on down the line, like a skilled recruiter is someone that could anticipate those future vacancies. So if you call a client and a client says, no, I'm not looking right now, okay, well that's fine. Do you have any other positions that are going to be ending soon, maybe contract or permanent in the near future, in the distant future, where I can be of assistance to you, where I can use my services to help. So that's one aspect, that's one element to it. And then you're going through that process of now, okay, let's say that company says, yes, we went ahead and hire your services. Then you have to now find that candidate. First, you have to really discuss with that company how they want the position to be filled and who they want that position to be filled, and so you can find the right candidate for that company, and that will be a good fit. And so you, as the recruitment consultant, you're going and speaking to the company, getting the job, and then finding the candidate to fill that slot, to fill that job, and making sure that candidate is not only a right fit, but someone that you can essentially close a deal with like even before that. You should be so thorough, even before the company goes into the interview, you should know it's a sure thing. So having that full 360 model, and it's, like I said, it's not for the faint of heart. It's somebody that has to put in the work ethic, that wants to build a business development relationship as well as the candidates, because you can walk down the street and get candidates. As a general sense, a niche IT.
Not in a niche IT.
Not in a niche IT.
Exactly.
In a niche IT, a lot of people are established and have been in their careers for 10, 15 years. And so that's the difficulty that you have to manage and that you have to work through. It is obtainable. It is obtainable. And it's just a level of how much work do you want to invest in yourself to obtain that. That's really what it is.
The efforts and the time, and then a lot of the time that people become busy fools. They get into tracking the data and activities, but forgot why they're doing it, how we're doing it. Forgot about the purpose specifically. I think really, Melissa, like what you said, really is the fundamental structure of the full 360. But once you become we're on the way to become an expert in your market, I think a lot of fusion come across to you're able to provide advice. You're able to give advice, and actually become a consultant, actually be able to consult with your clients and get in line with the niche IT market. it's a beautiful feeling. I think that being sought after is, oh yeah, you know what you're talking about.
Right.
So I almost swore there.
But you didn't. But you didn't.
So yeah. So what other perspectives have you gained so far as a new employee? What have you discovered that it's different or unique about IT works or about coming into a new company?
The fact that IT works is still relatively new, and relatively new within that 5-year thing, and just even speaking to the people that were here from the beginning, from its inception, one of the things that I've valued, and just by experiencing Gary even in his first week, the CEO, is, and they consistently back this up with how he is a man of his word, and how he has that credibility. He has that, if Gary says, you know what, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna have this office in this space by this time, you better believe he means it. You better believe that he stands by his word, and that says a lot about his character. And when you have a leader in that position with that amount of character, you're going to trickle down into success. You're going to trickle down into the success on every aspect from there. And just the ability to, like, I've seen people, just it's adult recruitment, as Gary would say. And having people, if sitting at your desk is not something that is just your work style, being able to get up and go into the conference room and just sit there and make your calls, or just having a walk outside and make your calls. And
yeah, we're looking at all of them right now.
Yeah, right. They're walking.
Rain
around.
or shine, really.
So I decided to name the new. So we have a cat on the office, and I decided to name it Orange Juice.
Orange Juice?
Orange Juice, that's the name.
Aww.
That's the name.
That's cute. We have 2 random cats that are out here really lingering around. Every now and then there's a dog, I think, going across our office line.
Never
Orange
seen a
Juice.
dog. I would probably steal that dog.
Yeah, if that happens. Oh, this is recorded and live. And then a couple different portals. Speaking of a couple different portals, you probably saw that we're holding this sign for quite some time.
Yes.
So if you're on Snapchat, this is an easy portal for you to go through. So Melissa, tell us about yours.
Mine is the YouTube portal. So what you can do is you can go pull out your Snapchat. So pull it out right now. Pull it out while you're watching this. If you're watching it on your phone, it'll be a little bit difficult. So when you get home, what you want to do is you're going to rewind back your video to this particular section, and you're going to pull out your phone, pull out your Snapchat app, open it, and then press. So do the 3D press on this snap code within the picture setting for Snapchat, okay? Go into Snapchat, open it up, hold, focus on the snap code, and it will automatically link.
So specific.
I'm very specific. You know my model is, you want to make it dummy proof. Not to say that any of you are dummies. I'm not. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Talent acquisition for dummies. I'll read that book.
Exactly, right? Do it.
Please enter me. I'm more than happy to start that book. Talent acquisition for dummies. Please contact me.
Right. Comment on whether that would be a great idea. All of the talent acquisition specialists watching, tuning in. But I'm holding the YouTube one. So when you snap code into the YouTube, you'll actually have a link and open up to our YouTube page where you can look at all of the videos, all of the coffee with Kyans, and just have a whole array of material where you can find out more about us.
It will be on our IT Works YouTube channel specifically. And the one I'm holding, obviously, if you're watching from our YouTube channel, you can go to our Facebook page, and this is where all the live videos are currently being streamed. And then we're also looking into a similar process that are maybe for other portals as well in the process. So we have all the Coffee with Kyan materials to showcase you a little bit more about different elements, from our individual interviews to the entrepreneurial series, as well as the forum series. We'll have more and more training and development topic in every element of the sales cycle.
Yep.
So these should also be in the comment section, as our live video is going on Facebook right now as well. They will be available on YouTube shortly.
Completely.
So, cool. So should we talk a little bit more about what's next on our plan?
Yeah, I think that would be great. I know one of the things that we discuss of what's next is expanding our markets. We want to be able to reach out to more markets and really help clients more, and help those candidates get into those right positions that they've always been searching for and that maybe they never knew that they wanted. And I say that with intention.
Yeah.
But yeah, so definitely expanding our markets, 3 to 4 at least, within our 3 different divisions here. In our 3 different divisions, we have health IT, we have business systems, and we also have Salesforce. And yeah, we'll do. And you want me to break
so
down
currently that within each different division that we have several markets. I think that since our induction first in the U.S., I think Gary came over to the U.S. Semi-started the market towards the end of 2013 and physically on the ground since early 2014. And then within a fairly short, a little over 3 years, we grew from a one-man company to today we're pushing 30. And is in our growth plan to be in the headcount-wise early 50s by January 2019, and if not sooner. We have a lot of exciting growth plan coming out, and it's actually very achievable because where we are today was actually Gary's 5-year plan. We achieved it roughly right under 3 years, and then we're building that momentum. With that being said, it's not a numbers game. It's about the people, it's about the growth. It's about making something exciting, making something your own, but also achieve a greater goal. I like to use that Shark Tank, and if you're any UK folks are watching it, really a Dragon's Den scenario is looking at IT essentially as your investor, but helping you build that business, having a sense of owning your business without all those overhead and things, and we'll essentially show you a little bit more about how to become a true business manager or business owner, essentially, having a sense of owning your own business and building a brand of your own without the overhead and such. But really the bigger picture is if you want to be the best that you can be, and then going back to my earlier conversation, this will be an opportunity that will change your life, especially your lifestyle. And I have so many people in the back that have told me that when they go out and buy a car, go out and buy a house, negotiate their any type of payment or refinance your mortgage, how they tackle those life scenarios are not very, very different.
And I want to add one more. I talked to you about the one person had bought that house and bought that car and paid off her student loan debt, and you have someone here as well, like within our company, where she is probably not too fresh out of college, but she's on her way to almost completing, like she already cleared out of her credit card debt, and she's on her way to finishing out her college debt too. So things like that, and she's only been here for less than 18 months. So just the potential that you can make here, and just that you can make in the niche IT market is phenomenal. And with IT work specifically, because we have a commission structure like no other. So
really?
That's something that keeps them pushing and keeps them going forward and keeps everyone, but it's like you said, it's about the people. So everyone here, it's like, and what I loved so much after my interviews, going over the things that they've told me, not only did they have their professional goals that to hit the gross profit that they wanted to achieve, but also a lot of them said, you know what, I want to be a great mentor. I want to be a great mentor to the next generation. I want to help mentor someone in this position. And you don't find that at companies, especially not staffing companies. You're not going to find, oh, I want to mentor somebody. It's rare. It's extremely rare. But because they received that same mentorship when they came in to this industry from someone else, they in turn want to go ahead and repeat that process and transfer it on to the next person coming into that job. So it's amazing to that career, because it's, let me correct myself, it's not a job, it's a lifestyle change. So they want to help that next person coming in to change their lifestyle. So if you're ready to change your lifestyle,
it's got to be for the individual that want to learn, grow, and develop. And that's something that I do believe entrepreneurship can probably be waking up, but I don't think that it can be grow from nowhere. It's got to be an element in there, and hence it's not for everybody. And for 360 is hard. I think that being a recruiter is hard enough sometimes, and being a salesperson can be extremely difficult from time to time, but the entire 360 is you get to elevate yourself in every single element of the entire sales cycle. And then in this business that I really like to call it as a non-dying industry. It's about working with people, and this is something that not any other ATS, applicant tracking system, or any type of model that can replace, can be automated. It's the relationship that it's always about at least two people with having a mutual bonding relationship. So with that being said, is we're looking to actually essentially doubling our business structure fairly quickly within the next 12 months. We're essentially looking at all different level of recruitment consultant, from junior, senior, potentially even in the managerial capacity. We do want to encourage anybody potentially would like to have a conversation. You'll be us. We look forward to contact us at 678-291-0081, and then Melissa Howard, Kyan Wei, we're very active on social media. I hope that you have multiple ways to know how to find us, and obviously that we try to stay out there as much as we can. We're also experimenting several different new portals and look at how can we incorporate this whole package of talent acquisition, training and development, the different elements and resources, and also that we encourage your feedback, also help us grow as well.
Completely.
To reach that potentially common goal. It's what fits into our personal and professional goals and aspirations.
Completely.
Specifically.
I love that. I love it.
Yeah, it's extremely exciting. So I want to add a little extra element because our business is growing around the people. We know that we cannot have a good business without good people. It's for individuals that want to come and have a sense of owning their business and learn the entire full 360 that ultimately will change your life. And also how you do things and how you work.
Completely.
But also that you get to grow teams around you. It's all about the people. And as we move into the next phase to essentially doubling our current structure based on our current capability, we're at very cash strong. We have a lot of resources internally and externally too, but we also want to make sure that we do it right. And then find the right people, not just for the sake of growing the headcount. So if you have something about you think you have something special about you, we would love to chat with you and then see that what you're about, what we are about. And I hope that this short clip today give you a little bit snapshot about what we're looking to achieve. And then we have several new things that coming along within the next few weeks. So you definitely hear about us.
You definitely will, and especially those people in the business development as well.
Absolutely stages. So thank you for watching with us. Is there anything you'd like to add?
To all of the Facebook people, my friends, I know I haven't been active for some time. I still love you. I'm in Atlanta, and I love it here. All right, that was it.
Thank you. Take it at a personal level. I appreciate that. She's doing great. I'm doing great, and would love to hear from you, and then talk to you learn a little bit more about your personal, professional, and life experiences. And then we look forward to checking with you soon. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
See you next week.